Okay.
I want to tell you why I think you're a type A from what I see. So you
Okay.
have plans.
You're type
So,
A, girl. You type A. Hey guys, welcome back to Different Faces. I'm Pamela,
and I'm Fatima.
and today we are going to be talking about type A and type B moms. And for those who don't know, we are going to be going into the definitions and characteristics of type A, type B mom, and which ones we think we are.
Yes, that's perfect because this is like before you even brought it up, I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, I didn't know either until maybe when I had my firstborn, I saw a TikTok about it. And I was like, that's interesting. All right, so first we are going to talk about what is a type A mom. So, a type A mom, according to the bump, is parents that are the ones creating schedules and routines which provide their family with consistency and predictability. They may institute rules on everything from bedtimes to playdates to what their kids eat. They're comforted by order and control, which helps them feel more at peace. While planning and structure help type A moms find calm amid the chaos of parenting, there's also potential for burnout. Type A moms can struggle with the weight of their long to do list, especially if most of the labor falls on their lap. Type A moms usually carry quite fear of messing up or not doing enough.
What is type B? Okay. In contrast to type A parents, type B parents tend to go with the flow more and prioritize doing life over doing everything correctly. They're either way too busy to control all the things or they don't really care about the details. Although a type B mom's home might not always be perfectly tidy, it's bound to the tons of fun. Type B moms often thrive in the present, but can also struggle with feelings like they're not doing enough. Okay.
All right. And there is one more which I wasn't really aware of.
Okay.
So, Type C Mom was coined by social media creator Ashley Surratt. Shout out to her. She didn't identify as a Type A mom or Type B mom. So, she invented a Type C concept to describe parents who are structured with some things and flexible with others. The Type C mom is organized but also embraces the chaos of motherhood. Many Type C moms would formally relate to the Type A personality type, but have worked on detaching their self worth from results. I often refer to this as the recovering perfectionist subtype. A Type C mom may have strict bedtimes but lacks rules about sugar consumption. She may have a color coded calendar but forget to put things on it. All right, so that was Type A, Type B, and Type C.
Okay.
So, in
Perfect.
hearing that, which one do you think applies to you?
To me or to you?
To you.
To me. Okay. I guess before hearing type C, I was very close to
Mhm.
saying I'm type A. I'm type A,
Okay.
not just as a mom, I'm a type A in general.
Okay.
And I'm not ashamed because I have seen TikTok since we started talking about the type A and type mom, and a lot of it
Mhm.
is like, oh, type B's, type B's, I'm a type B, and I have no shame to say that I am a type A. But now that I'm listening
There's nothing
to,
wrong with that.
no, it's what keeps my mental health. I think it's what keeps me organized. But now that I hear type C, I could also be type C. I do have some flexibility in certain
Mhm.
things. So I would for sure say I'm in between a type A and a type C on certain
But
things.
but more A than C.
Definitely more A and C, and I'm aware of that.
Okay. Honestly, I completely agree. Um, like for me, I also feel like I could be type C because I'm like, yes, I'm more like I wouldn't say strict. I try to every day have like the same bedtime routine, you know,
Wait,
eat,
which one are
shower.
you?
I would say I'm type C
Oh, okay.
because yes,
Before type
I
C.
mhm. Oh,
Before
before type C, I always thought I was a little bit of both, to be honest, before I even knew that type C existed. Because yes, I like to have a routine for my own mental health and because kids thrive on routines. But I also, like, let's say we're out and, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's make it home by 7. Like they have to go to sleep. I have to shower them. I'm not going crazy either, you know. And yeah, like how we said, like, the sugar, like, yeah, they can have, ice cream if we're out, you know. I remember one time actually, for my son's, I think it was 1 year birthday, and you gave your daughter something from the cake that it was literally straight sugar. I think it was like the little elephant thingy or what, but it's literally sugar. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't remember if I actually said something, but in my head I was like, oh my God, she's eating like all that sugar. And you're like, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, like, I feel like they also need to enjoy life, like I'm sure, when we were kids, like parents would give us like, coffee with milk, like, oh, here, try it. I don't know if you remember like at parties, like, I've seen like, and I think I don't even know if it was me, but or one of my cousins, like they tried beer when they were little, and the parents
Okay.
wouldn't freak out.
For sure, our parents were type Bs, or maybe the
Type
entire
Z,
generation.
like all the
I don't think they were. Type C means that there was schedule and there's flexibility, there's schedule and order and flexibility. But I think
hmm
they were just straight up type Bs.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we even, when we were at parties, like they would just, we would fall asleep wherever we were. Like it's not like they were worrying about like, oh, it's their bedtime. They would definitely
No,
were not worried about that.
there's so type Bs that even with my daughter, they try to like bring the flexibility, and I'm still like, no, this is my baby. And
Oh
there's
yeah.
I don't know if your parents do that, but they're like, okay, calm down. Like they could have that sugar, okay, or they
Oh
could
no.
stay up till I don't know midnight.
hmm I know. Yeah, I appreciate my parents with all their advice that they can give me and all that. But when it comes to certain things, I don't like. I don't want to say I don't break the rules, but I'm pretty like, adamant to how things should go,
Hmm.
you know?
So you think you're type C, but before that, you would say you're type A or B.
No, I think like I said, I think I was a little bit of both. Like I can't choose just one.
But if you had to
Because
choose,
yes, dang. If I had to choose, I guess I would have to go with A because when it comes to routines, like, sometimes my husband even like he has to tell me like relax. Because like their naps, like sometimes if he wants to, like, let's say on the weekend go out, and I'm like, okay, what time are we going out? Because from this time to this time, they gotta take their nap. Like we either go out before their nap or we go exactly at their nap time so they can fall asleep in the car, or we go after their nap. So I'm always like prioritizing something, So maybe type A.
I think you are a type A for sure. There's no like me. I think you want to be a type B, but I think you're a type A.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also think about like, because the videos that I've seen on TikTok,
Hmm.
right? They
Hmm.
talk about like type A moms, like having their diaper bags, like with everything they need, like ready for whatever. I don't have, like, I'm not like that. I literally
Hmm.
carry my purse. I have a little bag with like diaper and wipes and just put that in my purse, you know?
Okay. Okay. So look, I found
So,
this little quiz online, but
hmm
before like I ask you these questions because I just found it literally.
okay.
Um, I want to tell you why I think you're a type A from what I see.
Okay.
I agree that you don't have like a diaper bag full, because the first time I saw you as a mom, you came with like a little purse, you came driving your car, you came with Rafael, and he went straight to the floor. And I was like, wow. In my mind, I was like, I have like, I always used to carry like a lunchbox because I need her milk and I need her snacks,
Ah,
and I need her diaper bag because I need her diapers, and I need a change of clothes in case she poops or she vomits. And you came like so fresh. I also didn't drive
mm,
with baby as much as you are. You were like going everywhere. And
mhm,
but this is where the flexibility comes. But I realized that you were like, okay, baby doesn't eat anything that is not organic. Like I remember you bringing a banana and like an avocado once.
yeah,
Baby has nap time. Baby has the sleeping times, and your
mhm,
babies were so in that structure that you
yeah,
said they sleep at 12, they sleep at 12, or they go to
yeah,
sleep before 8, they go to sleep before 8.
mhm,
So you were like on point. Um, that's why I think you are like a type A.
mhm.
You are very in control and you're very in charge of your babies and their routines and their well-being. Um, and I think that's okay. I think I am a type A to the extreme, maybe, because I'm like diapers and bags. But here and there, I do have sometimes where I have like a little bit of disorganization here and there. Like my
Mhm.
house might
I
look.
feel like we all do, like as much as we try to be perfect or like have everything super organized, like sometimes my house looks a mess and it drives me crazy. But you can't expect kids to just, oh, let me play with this toy, let me put this one back, and I'm gonna take this one out. That's never gonna happen. So,
That is true. I remember
yeah.
you asking me, because I used to like pick up after Addie when she was done with the section,
Hmm.
and you would tell me, "Do you pick up after her after every time she plays?" And I'm like, "Yeah, so I can not have a messy house." I'm like always after her,
Hmm.
and you're like, "Oh no, I pick up at the end of the day when they're done playing with the toys."
Yeah, yeah. I used to pick up as they would play. Like if they were done, you know, playing with something, I would put it away. But that just literally like I would be doing that all day. Now they have their a playroom, so they could destroy that. I don't, I see it when I go in and out, but I clean everything up at the end of the night.
So
Like I'm
you
not gonna
also
be.
agree I'm a type A. You can clearly
Oh
say.
yeah, yeah. You are a type A.
But you did say I gave her sugar one day because we were at a birthday party.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe all moms literally like we could be a little bit of both. Like I mean I'm sure their moms are super strictly type A that, no sugar, no candy, bedtime, like super structured. But I feel like more of us moms are a mixture of both.
How about your husband? What kind of parent is he? What type?
Oh, he's type B. Go with the flow. Yeah, no. I mean, he's pretty, when it comes to the food, like you mentioned, the organic food and all that, that's him.
Okay.
Like he's more into like, the food that they eat. Now he's relaxed more. Like he gives him candy and ice cream. Like sometimes he wants to give them ice cream at like 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, what are you doing? Like they're not gonna go to sleep.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's type B for sure. More relaxed. Go with the
I
flow.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
From the few instances that I have see him interacting,
Mm-hmm.
so is mine. My husband is type B for sure. Let's say if Ari is touching the dog, and then next thing you know, I'm like, we have to wash our hands before we eat. And then let's say we can't find a bathroom. He'll be like, it's fine. And I'm like, oh my God, like, no, he's like, she'll be fine. She needs to, how do they say it?
Build her immune system.
Build her immune system. But she's going to catch a stomach virus. you know? There's like, it's a huge difference between me and him. And, we go to Colombia a lot. And when we go to Colombia, Ari literally, she gets down and dirty. She's chasing chickens and, riding
So
horses. And she gets her hands dirty, and I'm okay
Mhm.
with that. Like we're in a trip, or if we're in a birthday party, like for your son, she can eat candy, but on a daily basis, we don't like candy. On a like a part of
Like
like
a regular day?
her diet, no, we don't like
Yeah.
that. So I'm a little more flexible. What I also realized that I started being a very type A mom, and as she started growing up, I've been a little more flexible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that happens a lot because, they also like come into, like their own personality and like, you also have to, like I said before, let them enjoy life a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm sure like whenever like we were younger playing outside, like, you know, I don't think our parents like reminded us like every single time, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, or you're gonna get sick.
Yeah, no.
Like, so and we're fine.
Yeah, we are fine.
So,
We're okay. I mean, we're not
yeah.
bad. Yeah. Ever gone to a play date and you realize like, oh, that mom doesn't do things the way I do things, and it's like a culture shock? Without judging, of course.
Um, I wouldn't say a culture shock, but I mean, I haven't really had like that many play dates with people like I first meet. You?
I don't have that many play dates. We went over that last episode that we're not
Mhm.
the friends type. But
Yeah.
I have had some instances where I do have other moms around, and I do realize that they do things differently, which is nothing wrong. It's just different. Like
Mhm.
if somebody drops a chupo, right? What do you call it? A pacifier?
Coupon.
What do you do?
Pacifier. Wash it.
Okay, you wash it, and then you give
Mhm.
it to baby. But
Yeah.
sometimes this mom, like I wash it, I will put hot water on it, like
Mhm.
like that's just how I
To
am.
like sanitize it.
Sanitize it, right?
Yeah.
I have seen moms like literally put it in their mouth,
Oh,
give
put
it
in
to
their
baby.
mouth.
Yeah, yeah, like maybe saliva cleans it. I see have I I
It
have seen
doesn't.
this might be controversial. So moms are probably watching
It
this saying,
doesn't. And
"How
that
dare you?"
actually that makes me think of like I remember one time like when my parents would feed like my son and they would blow their food because it's hot, I would tell them not to blow it. Your germs is going to their food. Like don't do that.
No.
Just let it cool off on its own. Like so
Well, at
what
least they're
not
not doing this. And look, at least they're not doing this. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Here, baby. Yeah.
That's
And
worse.
and you know what? As a mom, I'm always been like I always spoken up, but as a mom, you almost get to like you get to say no, that's not okay. I'm not
Yeah.
okay with that. Thank you. I'll feed my baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have
Yeah.
seen some, but I have also seen moms that, for example, let their kids walk barefoot on the grass, and then baby has come to me and said, "Mommy, can I take off my shoes?" And then I realized, look, I need to calm down and let her run
But
freely.
that's actually good. Like walking barefoot on the grass, even for us adults, is good because I mean, the walking on the grass is grounding. It calms your nervous system. So
See,
it's actually good.
so I learned from type B's moms. I do
Mhm.
learn, but at the same time, I'm not ashamed to be a type A mom. I don't mind saying like my baby has fun, even though I'm a type A. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you
Yeah.
need to relax. My baby has so much fun. And she's the type of girl that I think I'm raising a type A. She'll be the first one to say, "Mommy, I need to wash my hands." She'll be the first to say, "Mom, what day is today?" And when she's asking me what day is today, she wants me to tell her, is it gymnastic day? Is it ballet?
Ah, okay.
Is it swimming day? She's already thinking, okay, today's Friday. What are we doing on the weekend? Are we going to grandma?
Mhm.
Like, so she's already into like, I need to know the plan, mom.
Yeah, like I said, kids thrive on routines and structure. I feel like when my kids like if their day is like all discombobulated and they don't have their nap time when it's supposed to be or whatever, they have meltdowns. or
Mm.
like if they're too tired, like literally it's crazy. So kids need structure. Even though if there's moms like, oh, they're fine, they're having fun. Yeah, but they for their own um for their like nervous system and for their own like, their brain to not be like on overreactive, they need to have structure.
Yeah.
Kids can't tell time, but they can tell
Mm-mm.
like, okay, around this time, like if I feel tired, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Mhm.
Now I'm energized, now I can play. Like they need that. So the quiz.
Okay. So it's literally in that same page where we
Okay.
found the bomb.
Okay.
It says start here. Okay. So it says it's bedtime. What's the situation in your household? One, bath, book, and my kid is asleep by 7 every night. B, we have a solid routine. Kids are usually sleep before 8. Or C, bedtime. It's 10 p.m. and my kids want snacks.
Definitely not C.
Okay.
There's no way. Well, we do have a solid routine. I wouldn't say 8 though. I would say now it's more like 8:39 to be honest.
I don't think the time matters. I think it's like
Okay.
one says bath, book, and kids are asleep at 7 every night. And the other one
Mhm.
says we have a solid routine. Kids are usually asleep by 8.
Yeah, I would say B. I mean, the second one.
The second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That means that the next one is what is your diaper bag to go out for the day? Okay. And I know you probably don't have a diaper bag, but just think
I
about like
mean, neither do you now because now you have
yeah.
a whole teenager.
Oh, she's almost 5, but you still leave the house with something, right?
Yeah.
So, is it all the essentials? I make a list so that I don't miss a thing. B, whatever is in there from the last time I used it. Or C, I usually remember the staples. Sometimes I gotta buy snacks though.
I do take snacks sometimes, but not all the time. I'll probably oh, maybe B, like whatever is in there from last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And you?
mm, yep, whatever is there from last time, but I usually like check on it to make sure it's not missing anything, you
Okay.
know? But I don't go to the extent of making a list to make sure I don't forget things. No.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I do make sure like one thing that I do have a diaper,
Hmm.
but in the wipes, but besides that, yeah.
Okay. So, it says you are a type B mom. You usually go with the flow, embrace your ways, and that is your superpower.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. So if I were to go back to the beginning, for me,
Mhm.
she is in bed every night at a certain time during the
Mhm.
weekdays.
Okay.
So I'm not giving her a bedtime Saturday and Friday and Saturday,
Mhm.
but I don't let her sleep, till 12 either.
Yeah.
So let's say if I were to follow that track, and it's asking me what's your weekend calendar? A, play dates, classes, chores, and everything planned to the T, or sleeping in, take out spontaneous outings. Oh no, it's definitely no
Super
dates and classes
spontaneous.
and chores. It's definitely no spontaneous either. We usually have plans.
Mhm. You're type
So
A, girl. You type A.
yeah, I will probably say yeah, plan, and then yeah, that from there it just takes me to type A. You love
Yeah.
structure. That's your strength. Yeah.
I mean, did you think otherwise?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna I was gonna the quiz is wrong.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, you're type A for sure. Like, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah.
so too, but you know what? I think the stereotype that a lot of people have about type A moms is that the kids are just miserable and that they're not having fun. And that, you know what, let your kid be a kid and um let them just enjoy life. I think that my kid is preparing for the real world where there is appointments, where there is deadlines, where there is time, where we have structure. And I am not ashamed to say that I'm probably creating a type A daughter from just the little bit of what I have seen in her.
Mhm.
And and that's okay because that's just my preference. But
Yeah.
I'm not um, opposed to type B moms or type B parents. Clearly, my husband is a type B, and he brings that balance in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that being a type A mom is making your kids miserable because let's see, even if they don't give them sugar or candy or like there is alternatives to everything. Like even if okay, we're structured and at this time is nap time, at this time is bedtime, and on this day you gotta do gymnastics and do this and that. I feel like at this age, our kids, they don't know anything else. They don't know anything outside of that. So how can they compare like, oh my God, I'm so miserable right now? They can't.
Mhm.
Maybe once they get to high school and they actually see other things and see that other people don't live the same way that they do, they may like it or they may not, you
Mhm.
know. They may enjoy like, oh my God, I prefer this organization than to be scattered and like I don't know what to do today. Like so I don't think
Yeah,
necessarily is a miserable thing. Right now they don't know anything.
they don't know anything. They don't. They only
Right
know what's
now,
different.
yeah, we're guiding them right now. That's all they know. So you'll know when your daughter gets to high school if she likes it or not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
And so you for sure grew up in a type B parenting household.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think we were too like my parents weren't too strict. They were strict with like certain things, like oh, like I didn't really like go out like that with friends. Like oh, I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna go to the movies. It was unless it was with you guys.
Mm,
But with people they didn't know, like we, sleepovers never had that. With
mm,
like random people.
mm,
They were strict with some things, but with others, like you know, they were super. I don't want to say whatever about it, but they were pretty flexible.
yeah, I think the strict is the wrong word though because my mom was strict, but I think she still was a type B as far as like there was not really calendars and structure and like
Mhm.
bedtimes. I know that she would come and check in, let's say 8 or 9, just make sure we were in bed. She would just
Mhm.
suggest, by the way, you have to take a shower, and she would suggest that we had to go to sleep at a certain time to wake up
Mhm.
energetic. But it wasn't
Yeah.
like enforced.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same
Same.
with
Same.
you. Like there was no sleepovers. There was no like I'm going to so and so's house. It was my house or your house, which was next door, or upstairs.
Yeah.
Because we lived together for a few times in a few different
Isn't
houses.
that weird? Like we literally like moved at the same time, moved the same place.
Yeah.
Like we were literally that's crazy.
Some people might not think this is real, but yeah, your family and my family moved together. We were like a package deal, and
That's
your
so funny.
mom took care of us. My mom took care of you guys,
Yeah.
and it was like our village, if you think
Yeah,
about it.
for sure. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a cool thing.
it's important to mention that we cannot be boxed in one label. Like we cannot just be like, okay, we are this types. because sometimes we are not. And the perfect example
Mhm.
for me is, that day I let Adi eat all that amount of sugar. When she is at my parents' home, I do get to be more flexible because type B grandparents are pushing for things that I wouldn't allow at home. So I think that
Mhm.
it's important for anybody over there listening and saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a type A or such a type B," to know that you don't have to be a label. You can pretty much venture your way out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I do know, some people. I hope she don't mind me. I mean, I'm not gonna say no names, but she is very like, she knows what she wants for her kids, and she knows that what they can eat, what they cannot eat, what they could watch, and what they can't watch.
Hmm.
And the grandma of her kids, she basically does whatever she wants, disregards what the mom says,
Mm.
and just and then
So,
obviously there's arguments between mom and dad, because so grandma is dad's mom, but the dad doesn't like put a pause to it, or doesn't speak up for the mom.
mm, okay. So
Because
then,
if it's like, let's say it's my parents, I'm
mm,
going to say something. I'm not gonna tell my husband to, talk to them. Like, they're my parents, I'm gonna talk to them.
that's true.
So
Everybody should talk to their parents about what they expect. I have no
mhm.
problem telling my in-laws, you know, how I prefer things for my daughter. No, none,
Mhm.
because with love and respect, things get done.
Yeah, but then when the grandma doesn't respect you, that's gonna cause issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I mean, if they are relying on grandma for for caregiving,
they don't.
okay, so it's just like randomly, like, okay, we are socializing, and you are choosing to introduce things that I'm saying no to.
No, I think it's more like they don't rely on her for caretaking, but let's say one day she'll come pick up the son to spend a day with him. Not
Mm,
because she has to, but because she wants to spend time with him.
okay.
And obviously the parents want the son to spend time with the grandma.
Mm.
So it's not like they rely on her to like take care of them, or like, oh my God, I have to work and I need somebody to watch them. It's not like that.
Yeah, because then you're at their mercy almost.
Yeah, but
I
oh my God,
think
even if that was the case, like I was at their mercy, there's no way. I'll quit my job. Like, I'm gonna take care of my own kid.
that's easy to say when you have
I
help and
know.
support, but sometimes you need two
Yeah,
incomes. Sometimes you
I
need
know.
the money. But I think that it's so important. We can talk about grandparents' boundaries in another episode.
Mhm.
And so important for grandparents, if you're watching, if there's any grandparents listening to the podcast, to respect your children's own ways of parenting.
Mhm. Oh yeah. There's been like a couple of times when I have to tell my parents, like, you know, stop. Not in a rude
Mm.
way, but because sometimes they, they raised us differently than what we're trying to raise our kids.
Mm.
Not that the way they raised us is bad, but we're just trying to do things a little differently, because I feel like now we know things that back then they didn't, you know? Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. I take my mom's. I know what you're saying. I take my mom's advice more now than
Mhm.
when I first started with my motherhood journey, because I was like,
Mhm.
research suggests that there's more things done here. Like, um, one example I'm gonna give you is that I was so structured with Addie's breastfeeding. I was taking notes every time I will breastfeed her, because I know that every 2 to 3 hours I will have to breastfeed her again, and so I I literally had like a log where I was keeping track. And then
Mhm.
um, I don't remember, for whatever reason, I had to go out, and then I was driving back, and I'm telling my mom, tell Addie I'm there, I'm coming," and my mom would tell me like, "It's okay, she's fine," and I'm like, "No, because it's her feeding time." And then my mom
Mhm.
would tell me, "You know when it's feeding time because you was literally your breast will warn you, and she will come
Yeah.
to you and tell and be like, she will come, she will look for you. There's no
Mhm.
need for time. There's no like structure for time. Baby
Oh my
knows when
god.
she needs milk, and you will know when
Mhm.
your baby needs milk. And it was just like, huh, I have to learn.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that my mom told me, which reminded me when you came to the house for that weekend or those few days, and you were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's the dryer, it's the washer." And then my mom, when
Or the door closing.
all the
You're
door closed,
doing.
my mom and her husband will watch TV really loud or put music, and they'll be like, "Baby needs to get used to noise." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, can we be mindful? The baby's sleepy. She's gonna be restless." And I was like very
Oh.
adamant. But
Mhm.
then let's say the dryer or the washer or something, and she'll be like, "Listen, she needs to get used to the noise. The world's not gonna stop during her nap times. She needs to know because otherwise she's gonna be a light sleeper." My God, I would like fight on it, but then I started just letting certain things be on, and
Mhm.
she right now the house can fall, and she will not hear it. And my husband
Well,
snores really loud. She's fine with
so
it.
I do have something to say about that. So even till now, when they nap, and let's say like my husband comes home for lunch on
Mhm.
like, and they're napping, I still tell him not to make noise. Because in my head I'm thinking, you know, if you're taking a nap, do you want me to make all this noise? Like would you be able to sleep if like somebody's watching TV or somebody's listening to music or banging on doors? So if we can't do that, why do we expect them to do that? I my husband snores too. They sleep through that.
Mhm.
If they fall asleep when we're out, and let's say like if they fall asleep in the car, I don't turn off the music. Obviously, like me and my husband, we talk at a normal voice. The music is playing, and they still sleep through that.
Mhm.
So it's not like I've trained them to be light sleepers. But I do like to be mindful of when they're sleeping, not to make like unnecessary noise because that's not fair. When I want to take a nap, when I want to sleep at night, I expect everything to be, silent. So, and even like with my parents, like, my parents would tell me the same thing, like, oh, they gotta get used to the noise, da da da. And I would tell my dad literally, I would be like, well, when you're taking a nap and when you're sleeping at night, I'm gonna go in there and listen to music to see if you like it. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still till this day, I'm still like
Yeah.
that. Like I try not to make noise when they're taking a nap.
I
Yeah.
don't do that anymore. Like she doesn't take naps that much,
Well,
unfortunately.
they say like at 4, that's when they start like their nap time starts like slowing down. They don't need it as much.
Mhm.
So yeah.
When she's in school, she naps.
Mhm.
And sometimes the teacher tells me like she didn't nap today, and those days are the best because she literally goes to sleep like this.
Oh
But
yeah.
when I have her Saturday and Sunday, there's no napping. She just don't
Okay.
want to miss out on the fun. Um, but yeah, like there's certain things that my type B mom will tell me that I have like, okay, I appreciate the advice.
Mhm.
Um, besides that, like what the other day she gave baby some gum, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Who gave
She
her
left
gum?
my mother. Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we were at the table and we were finished eating, and and baby goes, "Abu has gum," in Spanish, of course.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Abu gave me chicle the other day." And I looked at my mom and she was like, "No."
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
No,
yeah,
that
and
would have
then
been a no for me.
it's a no for
Mm.
me too. It's a no for me too. But there's certain things that if I'm not there, she gets away with it, and I'm like, "Mom, please don't give my baby gum." She's 4, but
Like, my husband, he likes eating popcorn, which I hate the smell of popcorn, but he likes to eat popcorn, as a snack. And sometimes he gives it to my son. Sorry, to our son. And popcorn is a choke hazard for kids under, I think,
3.
what, 6 or 7.
No, 3.
No, no, no. You want to? I'll Google it right now because I
Right
I
now,
literally 4 to 5 years
4
old.
or 5.
Yeah. So, I tell him not to give it to him,
Yeah.
Sometimes he sneaks it in, like, and my son, like, he literally tells me everything. Like, let's say I'm taking a shower and then, I come out like, Papa gave me popcorn in Spanish, obviously. And I'm like, oh, really? Did he? And then, or I remember one time we went to New York to visit, and this was back then when I didn't give my son like no sugar. And his great grandma bought ice cream and gave it to him without even asking. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my God, this lady. But
Yeah.
then, I looked at my husband, like, do I say something? He's like, just let it be, He was, I think he was 2 at that time.
Mm.
Or maybe even, no, he wasn't 2 yet. It was a little bit before he turned 2.
Mm.
So yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I think like if it's a one time in never, it's
Hmm.
okay. But yeah, no, we didn't do popcorn until I think this year when she started school, and the school goes, we're gonna have a movie night and we just want to let you know that we're gonna have popcorn. And I was like, no, no popcorn. And then that day Adi came back and told me, Mom, everybody had popcorn, but I had to sit in a different table and I couldn't have popcorn. And I was like, oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
God, that's sad.
So I went
That is so
home.
sad.
We went home, we bought popcorn, and we watched the movie, and we watched her eat the popcorn. But my husband, he's a paramedic,
Hmm.
used to tell me the stories about popcorn that
Oh my
he
God.
encountered himself. So he put that fear
It's
in
so
me.
scary. And like you
Hmm.
wouldn't even know because the little part, I don't even know what it's called. No, it's not a plastic, but the little hard part of of the popcorn, that's what chokes them. Like if it gets stuck on the throat, you know,
Hmm. He also
it's
mentioned
scary.
the water bottle, the tap.
Oh,
Those little things. Sometimes parents drink water and they leave the la tapa, whatever you
mhm.
call. That is
Yeah.
also a choking hazard. But that's another topic. I think
It's crazy. It's crazy to
mhm.
me that schools would give little kids popcorn like that. Like you're not literally watching every single kid eating the popcorn, and you just giving it to them like that.
Well, it's VPK, so they're already 4. So
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
no one
I would have
choked.
been like, no. I know no one choked, but still,
Type
no.
A. You're such a type A.
I mean, when it comes to things that can harm them, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah. Let them live.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was type A, type B, and type C mom. We are going to leave the link in the description so you guys can read about it and see what type of mom you are. And before we go, we want to take a deep breath and remind you to embrace the growth, embrace the different phases the life puts you through. And this is Different Faces. Till next time.